What is true freedom, and how do you get there? Hi, I'm Phil Pustiovsky with freedommentor.com, and I teach in my videos how to achieve financial freedom. But in this video, we're going to talk about a different subject, true freedom. And I've got some special guests for you that are going to define what true freedom is all about, because they are uniquely qualified to do it. Meet Darryl Strawberry, an absolute baseball legend, multi-all-star. You won a couple World Series, right, with a couple of teams?
I won 4. 3 with the Yankees, 1 with the Mets.
This is one of the greatest baseball players to step on a field. And what I want to share with you is some interesting insight that he can reveal from his experiences. So take us back. Height of the playing days. You're killing it. Give us a slice of your life.
Well, a slice of my life then was young, successful, millions of dollars, had everything, but really had nothing. I think a lot of times people want to accumulate a lot of things, wealth and rich and things for their life, and really think that that's going to fill what's inside of you, and it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Basically, all you do is accumulate a bunch of stuff, but the inside is really empty. There's really not a whole lot of joy. We think it's joy, but there's not true joy inside there. We think because we have arrived,
right?
America makes it. If you arrive and make millions of dollars, you're successful. Well, that's not true. That's just money.
Okay, you had it all. You got the money, you got the fame, right? I mean, everybody knew who you were. You couldn't go down the street without people wanting to get an autograph. Right? You get any woman you wanted. So you're telling me that alone, that didn't give you the true freedom that you're after?
No.
Come on, man, really?
I'm telling you right now, Phil, it does not give you the true freedom. I think most of us see, when you see celebrities and you see the success of their life, and you see the unhappiness of their life. When you look at Hollywood, you see so many of them are mating with each other, and switching over because I can't stay with this one because she doesn't fulfill me. I can't stay with that one because he doesn't fulfill me. It's true. And then when you see the athletes who are successful, millions of dollars, and you find them running around trying to have this woman, that woman to try to fill the empty void because they have everything. You live behind the big community gates. They're great on the golf course, but still there's something deep down inside with people with money and no purpose. There's no joy.
Isn't that wild? Well, where does the true freedom come from if it doesn't come from everything we just named?
Well, the true freedom comes from Jesus Christ. When I came and surrendered my life 13 years ago from the bottom of the pit and was raised up by Jesus Christ, I became an ordained minister, preacher of the gospel. John 14:6 talks about it. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you don't know him, you don't know the Father, and you don't know the real purpose of why this creation. This creation was greater than anything else when you come to the understanding and knowing that Jesus Christ is the only way. Even being successful as I am today with treatment centers, Jesus is number one. God is first in my life. My wife is second, and my kids are third. And the business and the money and the things, he's just loaning it to me because I can't stay here. So I'm in a clear understanding of knowing the purpose of life and why I'm here. And that's what Romans 8:28 talks about. It says, and we know all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord, to those who are called according to his purpose.
Right.
And when we can understand that, there's a greater purpose for your life.
Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing this message. I think this hits home with so many people because I teach people how to become financially free through real estate, but being financially free doesn't provide that true freedom that you're sharing. And I think you're the perfect example because you had it all. And if anybody in this world knows where the true freedom comes from, it's someone who's been in your shoes. So, man, thank you so much for sharing this message.
Well, thanks for having me. And I tell you, the real power, like you said, I had it all, but the real power is knowing who Christ is.
Amen. Thanks, Darryl.
Thanks.
Meet Chris Tucker. He's a movie star. Talk about some of the films you've been in.
You might have seen Rush Hour, one of my first movies, Friday, Fifth Element, Money Talks, Dead Presidents, a few.
And you've been in some music videos, been on some television.
Oh yeah, done a lot.
All right, so take us to, and I know you're still just at the height of your career, a slice of life of everything you've got access to as a movie star.
Well, you know, as a movie star, you get a lot of privilege. You know, you get in places, you get a lot of people recognize you, they treat you nice. You see the nice side of people. You see people. That's why I love. You know, that's part of the business that I love. You see the nice side of people. You don't see the mean side that often. So you get a lot. You get a lot of privilege. It's a blessing.
And you get a lot of coin too, right?
You get a lot of money, and you get money. You get a lot of whatever you would want. You know, you could probably get it.
All right. So, with the fact that you can have whatever you want, people are nice to you. Did that give you the true freedom in life?
No, it didn't. You know, at first you think it does.
Yeah.
You know, because you dream all your life to be successful and maybe buy something for yourself or for your parents. And I think that is that's mostly your goal and it's part of your motivation. But then you still feel empty inside of something's missing. You feel like something's missing. So you keep searching for that. You know.
So even with all that, there's still something inside that's missing, huh?
Yeah, it definitely is. And for me, it was God. It was Jesus Christ. It was God because I was raised in the church.
Yep.
And then of course I went in the world and pursued my career and kind of reared away a little bit. But then things got you had to. I was looking for strength.
Okay.
For freedom and happiness and all that stuff, and to also go to the next level. And I knew the only person who could do it was God. And guide me and give me that ultimate freedom and fulfillment was God. And a lot of people wouldn't understand it. I knew that, and it would be some risk taken in this world.
Sure.
A lot of people.
Your career,
But I knew that with God, if I followed His teachings and everything, that I would be all right no matter what.
Yeah.
So that gave me true happiness. Following God, true freedom. Being a Christian.
Isn't that wild?
That over all the fame, the money. All this other stuff.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for sharing that wisdom. And there's so many people out there that are trying to learn how to get rich from me, and I'm doing the best I can to teach them. But ultimately, all that wealth, which can give all kinds of privilege, as you're sharing, a perfect test case. Yeah. If anybody could be a test case, it's you, right? Even that alone just leaves you empty without Jesus.
That's right. You need Him, and maybe you can help me get rich too. When we finish the interview. No, but no, it's when you make money, you realize it's not everything.
Right.
You need more. You need more, and God fulfills that.
All right. So appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks,
yes,
man.
sir. Yeah, right.
I hope you enjoyed those special guests. And as you can see, true freedom comes from Jesus Christ. So thank you so much for watching this video. And to learn more about Him, I want to encourage you to go to church. Now, I go to a church that are part of Every Nation Ministries, everynation.org. They've got churches all over the world. And they're a wonderful ministry. But there are a lot of great churches out there. So go to church to learn more about Jesus Christ, and that's where you're going to find true freedom. If you want to learn more about what we're doing to help people with financial freedom, head over to freedommentor.com.